Hi friends, this is Prasad and you're watching Power BI Prasad. Today I come up with another interesting real-time scenario, which is like how to display developers or users data in Power BI. Let me explain this. I am from Indian local time. So as a developer, I want to display uh, Indian local time to all the users who are from different time zones. And the second scenario is I do have users from multiple time zones and I want to show their local time zone respectively in Power BI. So how to do this? Let's go into the solution. And firstly, we in Power BI, in time intelligence, we do have two different functions. See here, one is now and another one is UTC now. These two functions helps us to show the date time in timestamp format. You see, now gives my local date time in Power BI desktop, and UTC now will gives the UTC time in Power BI desktop. But the interesting thing is when we are publishing this report to Power BI services, you see, right now we are in Power BI services. Both these functions will display the UTC time only as we are publishing these two RBS service. If RBS service will unable to identify what is my local time, that's the reason why like it will shows the UTC time. So then how we will solve our requirement? Let's go and try to fix our first requirement, which is like I want to show a fixed or my local time to display to all my users. How to do this? So what I want to do is I want to add hours. Like right now, I'm from India. I am positive 5:30, 5 hours and 30 minutes forward from UTC now. So what I want to do is I want to add that particular time to the UTC now, which will give the fix or the desired time which we wanted to show to everyone. Again, before going to this scenario, first you need to understand another scenario, which is like Power BI default time, date time. So if you don't know what is this exactly, I've created an awesome detailed video upon that. I'll share the link in the description comments below. Please go and watch that. So as a small brief, I'll tell you that whenever Power BI wanted to show uh, the days and time, right? Let us suppose like I do have two fixed date times, right? Okay, if I subtract that, if I want to show that in days and times, so what it will unable to show the dates, the days. Let's suppose like if you see, I do have another mm, uh, function that have been written. So when I want to subtract now and now, like, okay, both are same, but if I subtract it, it need to give 0 hours and 0 minutes. So Power BI unable to can't show uh, the 0 days and 0 hours in datetime format. When it want to show in datetime format, this is how it will show. That is why we call it as Power BI default date. 0 days and 0 minutes, it can't show like that. But if we wanted to have that one in a date time format, this is how it shows. Again, right, if you wanted to have a more detail upon this, go and have the other video, which had been shared in the link, shared the link in the description. So right now, what I want to do is, right, I want to add, all right, okay, this 5 hours and 30 minutes in this date time format. 0 days, 5 hours, and 30 minutes in this default date format. So how have been written this series? So for UTC, I've been written this means 0 days at 5 hours 30 minutes. Right, okay. And again, I converted this into daytime and I've been added it to UTC now, which will gives my system time. Right. Again, when we refresh this, okay, it will get this time, but okay, let's go and see how it looks in services. In services, if you see this, I'll refresh just a minute. And then let's see how it shows. right? We'll be able to see class 7, 10, 2024 to 18, which is my assignment. We'll be able to see from here, right? So let's go and see the second scenario. Again, to solve the second scenario, to display, right, the user's respective local time, it is a little bit difficult to achieve this because Power BI unable to find which location does they belongs to and what is the time period, whether it might be forward or backward to UTC now. Again, to solve this, I've been created a table like you can see. This is the table. I'll share the link of this particular table in the comments and description below. You can have this table from here, which will have all the 214 regions and whether they are forward or backward from UTC. You see here, right? This is the Greenwich offset. It will describe whether it is like forward to uh, Greenwich time or UTC time or not. Based upon that, I've created some other columns. And using this, I will just want to achieve whatever. Again, if you see this, again, this was written in daytime format. The difference between the UTC and that particular region in the default date time format, which I explained a little earlier. So go back to the Power BI desktop and let's see like how it was written. So here I've used two different scenarios. One is I've been used the row level security concept. The main concept behind achieving this is the row level security concept, and at the same time, like adding that particular user's region uh, difference from UTC now to like their region, and based upon whether it is forward or backward, I want to like add that particular time to or subtract that time from UTC now. Before understanding this, let's see another table which I've created. For example, that I do have some users over here, and you can see here I do have a user table which is user to create the row level security. So if you see that, I do have PMKP and PMKP1, PMKP2, and PRASAD, four different users from four different regions. Right. So based upon this, again, if you see modeling, simply this user uh, table was connected with this uh, the world time zones table. And if you see both the uh, country zone and the time zone was related. I've been given relation between these two columns. And if you go here, we need to create a role over here. So if you go into the modeling and if you're able to see this, it a simple RLS wherever my ID, right? Again, why use these lower cases? Like whenever there is a case sensitive uh, written, right? Okay, just want to avoid that. So whenever the ID is equal to user principal, again, user principal name is the function which is it helps to identify like who to identify the email address of the people who logged in. It gives the detailed information of the person who logged in. So whenever my ID is equal to user principal name, based upon this, right, if PMKP 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 logged in, that particular what it as ID will be filtered and respective zone will be filtered over here. Again, while we connected this particular table to this particular table, so respective to time zone will get filtered and that particular time difference will be displayed and all other rows will be hidden. So here, If we go into our function, right, Dax function, and I want to see what is the max. Like for this particular user, like I'll be able to have like only one, right, default date type difference, right? So if that is a positive one, right, okay, then I want to add it to the UTC. And if it is a negative one, then I want to subtract UTC. So this will gives me the answer of like the second question, which is like users local type. So after this, like again, we need to assign these roles to like the respective people, right? How we can do that? It's very simple. Like we can services, and in RDA services, minute. If we go to this daytime model and semantic model, and then go for securities, we'll be able to see here. This is the role that have been created and have been as that was assigned to like all of them. It's very simple. Like okay, right with this email or else what is that, and then select and then save. This is how you need to do it. So, and then I'll try to show how it looks when, right, the PMKP1 logged in. So again, for this particular user, let's see what was the location. So PMKP1, it is New York, and for PRASAD is Tokyo. Let's go and see right now it was logged in with PMKP1. And if you see here, right, let's refresh this, right, one more time so that we'll get exact date time whenever this particular user logged in, his respective time zone. If you see here, it's New York, and this is New York time zone. If you wanted to clarify, you can go and see New York. It's like 4:55. Right. And let's go and see another user over here. So let me refresh this particular page. You'll be able to see. This user is Prasad, and he belongs to like Tokyo. If you see that, okay, the time zone has been filtered based upon the role that we created. Earlier, we are used to see like all the time zones, but okay, only this time zone is displayed, and this is what the difference from the UTC for that for his region is Tokyo. From UTC, it is like 9 hours forward. You'll see that this is at uh, the Tokyo time right now, currently 5:55 p.m. And we can see this from here. This is how we can, right, able to solve these two scenarios. And if we wanted to not just the timestamp, if we wanted to show uh, the real dynamic clock like this, again, I've been created an awesome video earlier also. You can go ahead and watch this. Right? Hope you understand this. And the time, this world time zone table that have been used in this particular requirement, I'll give that link of the table, right? You can happily download that and use in your reports also, which will have like 419, all the time zones. That, right? I'll come up with another interesting video. Until then, have a great day. If you like this, please don't forget to like, share, and follow me. Thank you. Have a great day.